Okay, so today we want to talk to you about what we believe is the most underrated feature in the Rapsodo system, especially with the new Rapsodo MLM2PRO. Now, if you watch the channel, you guys know we've done quite a bit with the MLM2PRO.
We have.
Everything from testing its accuracy to using it on full-scale simulator builds. And that has been the use case for a lot of you. A lot of you are bringing it to the range, or you're using it as the practice mode indoors, or with the great simulation that's built in. But one thing that we think gets overlooked and should not are the combines. So we're gonna dive into what the combines are, why you should be using them, how they're gonna make you a better golfer.
Sure.
But more importantly, hang on, because we've got a special surprise in here of a reason why you definitely are gonna wanna be doing combines this month. So a little bit of an incentive to go and check this out. So if you do already have a Rapsodo, this is gonna be the time to try those combines out if you haven't already. Otherwise, if you're on the fence, I think this is gonna be one of those things. It's gonna be one more reason why you're gonna wanna pick it up. And one thing I will say, what I love about them, it's super effective practice, and it can be done in 20 minutes or less. We're gonna run through a combine today, and we're even gonna dive into all the data and what it means.
And now you can use it indoors with the new MLM2. And this is something, honestly, I would love to take daily.
100%. In fact, I'll never forget this. We played around with Corn Ferry player James Nicholas, and one thing he told me that really rung true with me, because as amateur, as aspiring to be better golfers, I always try to see what are the pros doing differently. And he said when he was in college, he took a combine every single day.
There you go.
And I think when you guys see how easy this is, you're gonna see how it might be a good thing for you to work into your practice every single day. So let's just talk about how to get it set up. Very simple. When you are in the Rapsodo app, you can use it on your iPad. Any mobile devices, works for Android as well. I could do this on iPhone. I just like iPad because you guys can see it a little bit better. But you're gonna hop right into combines. This was designed by Dr. Sasho McKenzie. He's one of golf's leading biomechanists. He's worked on countless things. And what's so cool about this is that they've used his data from over 100,000 shots, from everything from PGA Tour players down to every handicap level. We're gonna dig in and show you that, but first I gotta take a combine. So let's get it set up. There's two ways you can do it. You can use the recommended distances. It's actually cool. This is a smart device. It's learning the more you use it. So if you're using this for practice, it's gonna start to identify some areas where it sees you have improvement.
Okay.
And it will call out those yardages. Otherwise, you can set custom distances, which is something that I like to do. I kind of know where I need the most work and where I want to practice, and I can vary it from day to day. So let's set my first target at 115 yards, for which I use my 48-degree wedge. So we're gonna pop that in here. And I'm gonna set my second target to 155. These are just two yardages that I feel like I'm faced with a lot. A longer approach and a shorter approach, so we're gonna do that. Also, each combine will include driving. So to do your combine, it's gonna be 24 total shots. You have 4 rounds. In each round, you take 2 of each of these shots.
Okay, so 2 with those and then 2 with driver.
2 with each target and then 2 with driver each round. But I also like this because when we're out on the driving range, sometimes we get stuck in one gear, we're hitting the same club.
Always.
This is gonna force you. So you can do this outdoors, or as Mike said, brand new introduced, as long as you're using the RPT ball, which we're gonna use right now, we can do this indoors. So I'm gonna hit start. We're gonna take you through the first round, and then we're gonna start to get in there and look at this data and look at why this is important and why it's gonna make you better. So let's hit start, let's fire at the projector, and let's hop into this. I'm ready to go.
All right, let's go. All right, so before we hop into it, just some last things. We're indoors, so we're gonna hit net. We're using the RPT balls that come with the device to measure our spin, sea level. We're gonna hit continue. And dude, you're ready to go.
Okay, and I also like this because this is going to hyper accurately measure your dispersion both in distance and side to side. So it is important to get your alignment set up. It does open up with a alignment using the camera, so it's like dummy proof. You just make sure you're lined up. I've got a spot here on the simulator that I'm gonna hit, but if you were outside on a range, pick a target in the distance and align it to that. Let's get this thing going.
Let's go.
Let's just click start combine.
Start combine, first shot, 115 yards, 2 of those. Good luck.
Right, so it calls out your shot and you're ready to go. Okay, a little bit long and a little bit left. Again, instant feedback. And I've got 2 cracks at it. We're gonna hit one more, and then we're gonna move on to our next target. I know I felt I yanked that one left, and we're right. But good as far as distance, 117. So we're gonna get, like I said, 24 total shots, 4 rounds of 6 shots. I don't have to then touch another thing. If you notice, Mike is kind of manning it, but it's over there. If I was just on the range, I don't want to interact with it, it will walk me through the entire thing. So now we've got a new target to go for. Again, varying the targets, I love that. Just a little short, but right on line.
Nice.
Much better. 147 carry, okay?
Now what happens with drives? Is it just distance only, or is it also?
Yeah, so now we got the big stick. So the way this works is, and the way Dr. Sasha McKenzie had designed it, was basically with driving, there's no set target. There is a fairway out there, but the further you hit it in the algorithm, the kind of the more leeway you have dispersion-wise, left to right. So if I'm hitting it 300 yards, they'll give me a little bit more room this way. The shorter you hit it, the more accurate you have to be.
Got it.
But we'll show you when we break this down how that comparison works against the handicap and against pro golfers and golfers of your ability level. So all I need to worry about for right now is just teeing it up and hitting my drive basically as long and straight as I can.
Okay. Not bad there.
So 264, just a little bit right. And the good news is not every shot has to be perfect. Remember, the data is going to be basing it on all of the shots as a whole. So it's just like your game out on the golf course. You're going to hit good shots, you're going to hit bad shots, but the goal is to hit more good shots than bad shots, basically. That should be good. Yep. 261, just a little bit right. Okay, so the next 3 rounds are going to be identical to that. 2 shots, 2 shots, 2 shots. So we're gonna zip through it, and then we're gonna meet you on the other side where the real magic happens is once the combine's done and it generates your combine report. So let me fly through this, and then we're gonna show you that. Generating your combine report.
Moment of truth.
Moment of truth here.
Wow.
Whoa, that's my best one ever.
That's pretty good, man.
That's my best one yet. All right, let's break you guys through this. But first of all, you see what I mean? Like, this is why I've been addicted to these.
It's focused practice.
Yeah, and I've been doing these. And look, some days it's just like the golf course. Some days you're gonna play better than others. Some days it's gonna be higher than others. That was a particularly good one for me. But what I like is we've got a real breakdown here that shows me now if I wanted to take the rest of my time and do a practice session, I could see glaringly where I need to practice.
Yes, sir.
So we've got an overall combine score of 69.3. Now the score is out of 100. 100 being perfect, tour play, like forget it. But then we've got it broken down by target. And my overall combine tells me it's about to a reference of where a 3.9 handicap would be, which is outperforming my handicap. But as we see why, my driving was spot on.
Spot on.
All right, it was a plus 0.7 handicap on driving. Where the work needs to be done is in that first target. 115 yards, I performed where about a 14.5 handicap would perform. But again, what I like is we've got the breakdowns of the targets. So let's just running through these really quick. And this also, not only does it just tell me that if I have limited on time, I know that where my practice should be is on that approach shot more than anything. Right now. That could change day to day, but right now. But when we drill in now, I can look at the first target and I can look at my scatter of shots. And one thing, what do you notice there?
Missing left.
They're all left. And I know that when I miss, I tend to pull the ball. So A, it's something I can work on with the amount I'm curving it. B, maybe it's just adjusting my aim a little bit, but I can see it all there. Now, the median distance from target for my shot was 27.5 feet. As a reference point, A pro, and this is again based on those 100,000 logged shots that they used, a pro would be about 9.3 feet from that target.
Wow. Okay.
So now, while I know I'm not a pro and never will be, at least I've got a target point of saying the closest I can get to that, the better my game is going to be out on the course. Target number 2, here I found that for the majority I actually missed short. So there I can learn something about gapping. Maybe that wasn't the right club for me for that distance.
Right.
I'm not just changing my swing, I'm learning about approaching the golf course. And here again, my average median was 27 feet from the target. For a pro, it's 13.7 feet. But I still performed better on that target than I did the really short one. And then for driving, here we got to take a look. I had some good ones out there, and the furthest I was offline with any shot was 30 yards, and I know I pulled that one.
Right.
Again, I know I pulled them. So this is something that it's here, it's information that you can use, it's information you can bring to a coach. And what I love about elapsed time there, we sped it up. You didn't have to watch every single shot. 15 minutes.
Yeah, max.
So I think in the middle of your practice sessions or somewhere in there, working this in is so important. And now, no excuses because you can do it. Now we say indoors. Indoors is used interchangeably with a net. If you've got the RPT ball, you can use this as long as you've got those 8 feet of travel into a net. So this could be, forget indoors, it could be backyard. Backyard combines are something that I think we're going to see a huge uptick in.
Easily.
Now the thing you've been waiting for, what's the big secret here? And what it is that we just heard, Rapsodo just announced this, that for the entire month, every combine you take, it's like punching a ticket. And the good news is no limit. You can take 1 every day, 2 every day, whatever you want.
Wow, okay.
Every combine you take is going to enter you for a chance to win a virtual lesson with Claude Harmon III.
Come on.
How cool is that?
That is pretty cool.
So by just doing that right now, I just got a chance to win a lesson. And what's so cool about it is that they're going to randomly select 2 people. So not just 1, but 2 people are going to win
That's pretty sweet,
a lesson with Claude Harmon III. And those virtual lessons are really great because they can see all your data with your Rapsodo MLM2PRO. So we truly believe that this is the most underrated tool in the whole Rapsodo system. Love the other stuff that we've been showing you guys, but we couldn't let this one fly under the radar any longer. Had to show you it. Go out, take your combine, and I'll even challenge you for one more thing. Post your combine scores.
Yeah, I want to know your scores.
Down below.
Yep.
Down below, post them. But challenge yourself, mix up those yardages, do shorter ones, longer ones. There's unlimited variations to what you can do. Those are Rapsodo combines. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments. We'll see you in the next video.